Hello and welcome to In the Community. I'm Joe Dexter. Glad to have you this Thursday. A great show ahead as we'll talk with Rockingham Early College High School's chapter of the National Honor Society. A couple members, Keenan Settle and Leah Duncan, will join us to talk about their luggage drive. A great drive for our community and just a great project during this time of year and an unprecedented year. We'll get more into details on that coming up in just a bit. They'll join us to discuss that great project. Check this out: 167 pieces of luggage were put together for foster care, and we'll talk more about that in detail coming up in just a bit. But first, I want to remind you about a great concert taking place right here in our community on May 7th. It's Pick Fest taking place for the Piedmont Instrument Classes for kids, students who had a great year. Again, everybody dealing with these unprecedented times, and these students, young musicians, went through Zoom. They were able to do all these classes learning the fiddle, the banjo, and the guitar, and they did it with precision. They did it with smiles on their faces, and we want to celebrate them thanks to the support of the NC Arts Council, the Rockingham County Arts Council, and Piedmont Folk Legacies. Here's a little bit more details on PickFest. Piedmont Instrument Classes for Kids is proud to announce that Grammy Award winner Dom Flemons will perform live right here in Rockingham County for our graduating banjo, fiddle, and guitar students. PickFest will be held on Friday, May 7th at Governor Moorhead Park in Eden and is free and open to the public. Masks are required for this event, and concert goers are asked to bring their own lawn chairs. The American Songster has performed at illustrious venues such as the Grand Ole Opry and has a repertoire of music covering over 100 years of early American popular music. Join us for PickFest on May 7th, a student appreciation concert for our graduating banjo, fiddle, and guitar students. To register, visit us right here on Facebook in our Eventbrite page to sign up for PickFest. It will have all that information for you on our social media, and enjoy this wonderful concert, a magnitude deserving for these students that have gone through so much this year and have grown their passion for traditional music. And a huge thank you to Piedmont Folk Legacies, the NC Arts Council, and the Rockingham County Arts Council for making this celebration possible for our music students.
It makes no difference where I may roam. I'll always love you. Honey, come back.
Welcome back to In the Community as we discuss a community luggage drive with the great folks of the RECHS Honor Society. Joining us is Keenan Settle, the president of the National Honor Society, and Leah Duncan as well of the society. Guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you guys on to discuss this project. 167 pieces of luggage for children was raised through the community drive, and COVID-19 has been difficult on you guys as students, but it's also been difficult on just completing things. This is amazing to see you guys do. We'll start with you, Keenan. Tell us how this became a part of what you guys wanted to do and how you completed the project despite the tough times to do so.
Okay, so honestly, it just started with spring cleaning. I was cleaning out my closet and I know, right? But I just wanted some different luggage, and I don't really like to just trash anything. Especially like, with Earth Day being today and stuff like that, we're celebrating Earth Day. We're really supposed to be conscious of our waste and things like that. So I did not want to throw away any luggage because someone could still use the luggage, but I just did not want to be that someone anymore. So I was just trying to research, what to do with old luggage. And then I saw that people donate luggage to children who are in foster care. And I just say children who are in foster care and not foster children because it just reinforces their humanity. And I think I may be getting a little ahead, but saying, I know it's a mouthful, children in foster care, but foster children just deduces them to their place in society, although they're not really elect to bestow it. So I researched and I found this great project, and there's like a national campaign and an organization that's already established that, really focuses heavily on this cause. So I was like, well, we kind of do the same thing every year. So we see how many different entities start their year of service with like hat drives and scarf drives, and then they go on to do the mission trips in the summer, and then school supply drives, and then they donate hurricane relief items to victims of inclement weather, and then they may end with another like hat drive or like a toy drive. And all of those projects are wonderful. They sustain diverse insecurities. But as we just like move forward to, equity and things like that, we should just really um, try to encompass people who are not looked at, who are not really served, and children who are in foster care are not really accounted for on that, just intimate scale. So I, got the logistics of this project, and then I was like, I'm going to go pitch this to the National Honor Society. And then once the advisor was like, okay, who has any ideas? I was just sitting there chilling because um, I am not conceited. I am not arrogant in any way. I like to consider myself as a humble person, but I kind of feel like because I, was president, they would just, be quick to agree with what I said. So I was very hesitant and things like that. So then it was kind of like the last call. So I was like, well, I have an idea. And then I pitched it to the National Honor Society, and they was like, okay, well, this is cool. And then they expounded on it, and then they was like, we should also donate toiletries. And then from there, we amassed over 160 luggage items.
That's fantastic. And for me, guys, the big thing is whether you're in foster care, you're in the care of your loving family, or you're the care of a nurse, it doesn't matter. We're all humans at the end of the day. And so having that humanity is a big thing, and providing it for others is another big thing that we need to do in our community. And I'm glad that you guys are doing that. I'll ask you, Leah, how does it feel to be able to provide that luggage for people that were probably using trash bags beforehand in those tough situations to lug out their things?
Yes, absolutely. Um, it obviously feels amazing for us to be able to contribute that, but as children, we were all children. We were all just children as high school students, and so knowing that we can help students who are about to be in our shoes and feel that responsibility, we're stepping into adulthood pretty soon, and if we can get going now and helping children where we just were and getting that leadership and service in, it just provides a fantastic opportunity and allows us to really connect with the community in a different way that isn't always seen or done. Instead of doing something less personal, this is really personal to me and really near and dear to my heart because I've had some friends in the foster care system, and it's just really important that they feel cared for.
34 members of the Early College High School chapter of the NHS. Staff from the Early College High School and community members collected 167 luggage items for foster care members. And this went right to Rockingham County, right, guys?
Yes, sir, it did.
And so that's great, right in our community, helping out. What are some of the other things that you guys look to do as members of the National Honor Society and moving forward? It feels like you guys have a great foundation there at the Early College High School.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things you're working on, Keenan?
Well, me personally, I am working on my next. This is my last year at the early college and in the National Honor Society as an active member. So at this point, I'm just trying to see how I can go and implement innovative service projects on maybe like a larger and broader scale. But I would just say the things that I hope to see moving forward from the National Honor Society are more intimate, like personal, hands-on, innovative service projects because we've made it this far, and I don't think we should just stay this far. We should keep on going and soaring and moving up higher.
How about you, Leah? What are some things you'd like to see accomplished, and what are some of the things that you're proud to have accomplished with the members that you have at the Honor Society?
Yes, so unlike Keenan, I have a year left, which is really exciting for me for where we're at because I know that we can go further. And this year with COVID, we haven't had a ton of time and ability to do a lot of service projects. Like we've done several, but we want to make sure that they're more personal next year and reach a greater amount of people. So while I'm interested, I'm looking at helping with the leadership next year. And while I'm interested in being beneficial and using what we already have. So we want to continue possibly the luggage drive, help with that again. We do want to implement more service projects. I'm looking right now with the advisors at helping with maybe the Special Olympics or some other things that maybe have further outreach or underprivileged in our community that aren't necessarily looked at. Again, with the foster children, we know there are more communities like that in our community, so we want to make sure that we reach them as well.
And GK Mills is asking, how can others assist? Is there any way to assist with the luggage program? Is there any way to continue with that?
So thank you for your question. We are still happy. Well, I would be happy to take your donation. You can contact me at 336-312-8028 to arrange donating luggage. But as of now, I guess for what comes in the future, you should just stay tuned.
That's right. Stay tuned to what the great folks are doing at RECHS. How important, let me tell you guys something. When I was your age, I had no thoughts of being part of the community, involved in helping the community. I think it's very important at a young age to get involved. Keenan, I know you've been involved in 4-H and so many other things from a young age and on to now, and Leah being involved with this through the NHS and what you're involved with the community. How important is it for students your age to also focus mainly on what you're doing education-wise, but also reach out in your community and do things if you can?
Yes. Well, I would say it is kind of most important. Like, math is wonderful. I am absolutely not a math person, but there are simple things that we need to know. Like, if I have $10 and gas is $2.36, how many gallons of gas I can get. Now, of course, we did not just go to the teller and say, can I get 5 gallons of gas? We'll, do it by the dollar units. But at the same time, just getting out there in the community is still important because our community has kind of invested in us, and we should not wait to reciprocate what we have learned and been instilled in, because I just think that simply believing you can do something means you can do it. I mean, just cleaning out my closet turned into like over 160 luggage items. And I think it is important that we really realize that we're not necessarily going to inherit this world tomorrow. We're not going to, clean up and fix these centuries old problems, but we're just going to have to start acting now and get things back in order.
How much has this whole pandemic, in the way that school changed for you, the way that you organize changed for everybody, how much has that, guys, helped you as you grow as students? And Keenan, you're heading to the next level, and you soon too will, Leah. How has it helped you organize and be a better person?
For me, this has been quite an opportunity to reflect on myself and see what I can improve on. Before, I thought I was busy, and this really gave me a second to take a step back and look at what I was doing and what was important to me and make time for what really was important to me. Because what I think we've all realized through this is we're not promised tomorrow. So if we're going to do something, it needs to be today. So we need to do what's important for us today and make sure that we're impacting the people around us in a positive manner and doing that to our best of our ability. I don't like doing things halfway, and I'm pretty sure Keenan doesn't either, but we want to do things 110%, give it our all and everything we've got in the best way possible. And I wouldn't change everybody. COVID hasn't been the most pleasant experience, but I wouldn't really change it. I think it's been a great opportunity for us as a society and us as a community. It's brought people together by keeping us apart. We realize that it's really important for us to be together. And so I think that's really important.
And Keenan, I think it's shown that community has no walls. Community is a place where we can gather, be there for each other, and help each other and fix wrongs and be there with each other, no matter whether it's through the screen here that we're looking each other at or whether it's in person.
Absolutely. I just don't think it is fair that we just stay within our bubble, within our clique, because, other cliques have different things that we need. And then, it's a mutual benefit. So if we all just network and collaborate, we can really amplify our objective into something that is this monumental.
Keenan Settle and Leah Duncan joining us with RECHS Honor Society, their service project. Unbelievable, guys. Proud of you. Proud to be in the same community as you guys. Keep up the good work and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Keenan Settle and Leah Duncan joining us here on In the Community with Joe Dexter. Glad to have them on. What a service project. And that's what it's all about in our community. It doesn't take being experienced to do things. It doesn't take having all the tools in the world to make projects completed. Look at what these folks did with little resources in a tough time to help our community, and we need to do the same. What great examples, Leah Duncan, Keenan Settle, and the rest of the Honor Society at Rockingham Early College High School. Want to thank you for watching In the Community today. Make sure you head on over to Dexter Media Solutions and find out more on our Facebook page about In the Community as we bring you more shows coming up throughout the week. I want to thank you. I've been away for a little bit in the moving process, but glad to be back here with the show and focus on the people in our community that are making a major difference, like Keenan and Leah. Glad to have everybody with us today. Enjoy your time this week. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll talk to you next week on In the Community.
Okay, alright.